Seems like people want socialism more than anything in America these days. Socialism is a failure. It will always be a failure. And even the capitalism isn't perfect, but it leaves the individual to succeed on their own, which socialism doesn't. It has to take from somebody the force, against your will, so that they can support others. And in the long run, socialism will always fail due to the fact that the other half that's paying for everything will eventually collapse due to the fact that the middleman, the state, the socialist state, will end up having to take more than it needs to take care of the other half to support their needs. So it cannot support itself in the long run. It'll be very destructive in its ends of its means. And it's not a one-sided deal on this. If you're not responsible, if you don't find a job, you don't do something productive for yourself in this life, you will have nothing. And that's a fact. And it's not somebody else's responsibility to support you, fund you, or take care of you. And that is a fact. If you're that inept and you cannot take care of yourself, well, I don't know what to do with you. That's the truth. And many people don't know what to do with people that don't know what to do with themselves since they got a crappy education. And that's one of the things in this country. It needs to be revamped horribly bad and leave politics and our emotional feelings out of this. Because when we're going to school today, they don't teach you how to live. They teach you how to be like these people right here. You buck the system, you fight the system, you get within the system, and usury against everybody. That's the socialistic way. Yes. And people think in the highlight of it, of capitalism versus the socialism thing. Yeah, we all know capitalism isn't perfect. But if we, as a whole society, if we don't have criminals in government and the government, the third party, because the third party always is the evil means to the destructive of any source. And when it becomes the charitable contributor, there's no charity, believe me. Charity comes from the person to person. And until we realize that, and until we embody that, and we set standards for ourselves to go out of our way to help people in need on our own without the government telling us we can't help them or we can't do this. The third party is the problem, the main problem. Within humanity, there is a form of our own socialism because it's in our nature to try to help people. It is. But nobody wants to be told or forced to say that you have to help somebody. That will be rejected. It's just like being forced against your will of anything, especially if you don't believe in it, or if I'm being robbed and I can't live my life because I'm having to support other people, I guarantee you I will quit making money and I'll go out and I'll be supported then. And then if everybody does that, who's going to support you? Not the government, because the government has to rob somebody to support you. And until you get that through your head, we're going to keep having problems. Keep going to the slave master is what it is, the slave master. Go to the slave master and ask them to steal from those guys over there to help take care of me, because that's exactly what you're doing.